Everyone, this is Kirtana. I am from EEE department. Today I am going to explain about compiler versus interpreter. Introduction to compiler and interpreter. In the world of computer programming, we write code in high level languages like Python, C++ or Java. However, computers do not understand these human readable languages. Instead, they operate using machine language, which is made up of binary instructions 0s and 1s. To bridge this gap between human logic and machine execution, we rely on two essential tools in programming: compilers and interpreters. Compiler diagram and working. Expanded code, which is used for preprocessor. Assembly code, which is used for compiler. Object code, which is used for assembler. Executable and libraries and object files, which is used for linker. Main components of compilers are preprocessor, compiler or translator, assemble, linker. First, preprocessor input of compiler is our main source code, that is main task: macros expansion, header file inclusion, conditional compilation, removing components. Output: the output of preprocessor is expanded source code, that is I file. Translator input: the input of translator is the output file of preprocessor, that is I file. Main task translates preprocessed C code into assembly language, performs syntax and semantic analysis, optimizes code for better performance. Output: the output of translator is the S file, which is in assembly language, assembler. Input: the input of the assembler is the output file of translator, that is S file. Main task generates object files containing machine code, resolves low level details like instruction opcodes. Output: the output of assemble is a O file, that is present in binary language. Linker input: the input of the linker is the output file of the assembler, that is O file, binary file. Main task symbols resolution, that is matching function calls with their definitions. Address binding assigns memory addresses to the functions and variables, linking the attached standard libraries like stdio, etc. Output: the output of the translator is the executable file, that is executed. Interpreter diagram: source code to interpreter, interpreter to output. Source code high level language to interpreter, interpreter to executable code, that is machine language, to get next instructions. Working of interpreter: source code interpreter, the programmer writes code in a high level language, example Python, JavaScript. Interpreter: machine code, the interpreter reads one instruction at a time. It translates the instruction into executable machine code. This machine code is run immediately. Execution loop below cycle: the next instruction translates, executes. The cycle continues until the entire program is processed. Differences between compiler and interpreter: compiler translates the whole program in one go, translates the program line by line. Compiler creates the executable file, interpreter creates no executable file. Compiler faster in speed because translates the program at once. Interpreter slower in speed because it executes line by line. Compiler errors show at the end. Interpreter error shows line by line. Compiler produces any intermediate machine code. Interpreter does not produce any intermediate machine code. Conclusion: both compilers and interpreters translate high level code into machine language. but they do it differently. A compiler translates the whole program at once while an interpreter works line by line. Thank you.